All right. Do we have anything else for the people while you over there checking receipts? Do we have anything else? Anything else, Karen? Do you have anything for the people? Are you done? I'm really worried about your lack of assertiveness on the podcast.
I'm worried about my last few months in Mexico and the way things are working out right now, that I'm going to absolutely hate this country by the time I'm finished. Whereas
You're just not getting there?
Yeah, because
I know you are.
even I don't hate China. Like, I didn't have a bad experience the last 2 years of China. You did. I didn't.
I really did.
I don't have ill will towards China. I don't have that feeling of
I don't have ill will towards China.
I don't have that feeling of I would never return. I don't have that feeling of I hate the culture, I hate the people. I don't have that.
I do.
I don't have that.
You don't have that for Thailand.
Nope.
No.
Thailand was great. Go back there
maybe.
right now.
What?
Okay.
Maybe? What? Okay, now it sounds like she's gonna get into it. So
in Thailand, I would go back to vacation in Thailand. I would go back to vacation in Phuket every year.
Thailand's my favorite place we've ever lived.
But I would
So
not want to
far.
live
Poland, you are still on the fence.
I would not want to live in Thailand again.
What if they made the, like, you don't have to do the visa run?
No.
If they
It's
made
not about.
that
It's
different.
not about just the visa stuff. It's about the way the culture has been bred to treat foreigners and to mistreat foreigners and to extort foreigners. So when
It's weird because the mistreating thing isn't Phuket's like
all
main source of income.
no, it's their everything, their
All
entire.
tourism.
But you're saying that Phuket
Industry.
is essentially Cancun. It's all designed
For tourists.
for tourists in tourism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, like I hadn't had a really bad experience working in Puebla. That all changed in March. But now it's getting worse by the day. And I don't want to get to the point where I'm like, fuck this and fuck these people. Because
Been
You're
there.
already there.
Been there.
because that's not really how I want.
See, aren't you saying, really, aren't you saying that you don't want to feel a way that you're already feeling?
I'm starting really to feel it. Like, I want to hold on to the good things. I want to hold on to the because not everything here has been bad.
Okay.
But
everything in Thailand wasn't bad.
I didn't say it was bad. I said I wouldn't want to live there again.
Everything is never
Right.
bad. It's
But
always
I
some
don't.
things.
So far, my experiences here in Puebla the good have outweighed the bad, or sort of balanced out. And now, this new the transition of me into the new position is starting to tip the scales to a point where I'm going to become the American bitch they don't want to see.
I know, but that's not going to do you any good.
No, but I don't want to be that person. I don't want to have those feelings, and I don't want to have this. I don't want to have this about Mexico as a whole, because overall, I don't think it's been horrible. Has it been great? Absolutely not. Has it been okay? Sometimes. But this week, in particular yesterday, was a holiday, and so I don't check my emails on holidays, and I don't work on holidays because it's a holiday, and I don't work after school because I'm not paid to work after school. I'm home with my family, and they're more important than anything else.
We're not more important. Naps are more important.
That's part of my family.
Let's get this.
Part of my family.
You said nap. Nap is
are
part
a
of my family.
Naps are my closest relative.
It's part of my family time.
Oh God. Naps are part of my family time.
Yeah. So anyway,
Before you continue, can I have a tissue, please? Oh God, naps are part of my. That needs to be a meme.
Shirt, meme, mug,
You
mouse
would have a
pad.
lot of people that agree with you.
Oh yeah, like your own daughter.
Naps are
I'm writing that down.
Do it. Go ahead, continue.
so anyway, yesterday, since I've changed positions, I've really not had much work to do. I've done all of my stuff for my previous position, which took me weeks to complete. And then I started asking, like the end of March, hey, what do I need to do? Nobody answered. So I'm only going to ask a couple of times. I'm not going to hound you every day. That's not my job. Your job is to give me things to do. I'm the employee. You're the employer. Not my job to seek out shit to do. Thanks for that lesson, Aaron.
I agree 100%.
So, since I didn't necessarily have a whole lot to do, I've been working on the courses that are mandatory for my job. Because those are extra hours that we have to take out of our home time to complete these 10 weeks of classes. So, on Thursday night after 10 p.m., I got 3 emails. And I was like, okay, I'll check them Monday because Friday's a holiday. It's after 10 p.m. on Thursday. I'm not looking at them. 1:58 p.m. yesterday afternoon, I get 3 messages from the person who sent the email saying, whatever, because I didn't look at the email or look at the messages. I just saw I got messages from her. And I'm like, okay, it's a holiday. I'll check them on Monday. Not a big deal. I go take my nap. I wake up. I get a message from my new coordinator who doesn't respond to me for days and days and days saying, oh, did you get the emails that you were sent on Thursday? Those things needed to be finished by today. Blah, blah, blah. And I actually responded and said, listen, I didn't get them until after 10 o'clock at night. Today is a holiday. I haven't looked at them. I haven't gotten all the information that I needed because I didn't look at it. And I'm not going to do it today. The person who sent me the emails never bothered to tell the coordinator that she didn't send them until after 10 p.m. And when I went and looked at them, I didn't read them, but I looked to see if there was any instruction. There's no instruction in any of these emails giving a deadline, telling me what needs to be done with the information, nothing. And all I kept thinking was, why is this person making these choices to make it look like I'm the incompetent one when I'm the one doing her fucking work? This is her job, that I am doing her work, and she's making it out like I'm the incompetent one when she's not doing the stuff she needs to do in a timely manner.
Look,
And it just makes me so irritated.
I complained about people in Mexico trying to make other people seem like they were the ones incompetent when it was themselves. I have been complaining about that for almost 2 years now.
You have.
So, it's how they deflect attention away from their incompetencies onto somebody else. And this is a normal thing. I've heard other people that were Mexican complain about this very thing, because this is part of the culture that people don't really talk about, where it's, it's not that I did something wrong or I forgot to do something. It's that you didn't do what you were supposed to do, and because you didn't do it, and it's like everybody is doing this to everybody. And so when you're in a situation where it's like a business and you have a hierarchy, all of a sudden, it's not that your manager didn't do their job, it's that the manager told you that you didn't do your job, and that's why the thing didn't get done. But the whole reason that you didn't do it is usually because the manager never said anything to you about it.
Right.
It was their job to tell you in the first place, and they didn't even do that. Or they gave you bad information.
Right.
So then you didn't do what you like. You did exactly what they said, and then they want to tell you that you were wrong. It's like, but I don't have any other instruction. I didn't have any other information. I did exactly what you, the manager, told me. And this is why I went on my rants about bad management in Mexico, because bad management is the norm. This is why I was like, I can't continue to be here, working here, because bad management is normal. It's what people do. And bad management actually happens within one person.
Yeah.
They manage themselves poorly.
Yep. Because we're supposed to start working every morning at 8 a.m. and be finished at 2 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
And I stick strictly to that schedule. I am 8 a.m. I am open with my emails are open. I'm reading and marking that I've read them. There's a little thumb up thing that you press to say you've seen it. So I do that every day. I work until 2 o'clock exactly, and that's that. Because if I were in the school, I would arrive at 7:30 and I would leave at 2 o'clock. Why am I going to do more than that now? Because I'm home. The other teachers I've been talking to, they keep getting more and more and more and more things piled up on them. So one teacher was telling me that she's teaching 4 lessons a day, 4 different groups of kids a day, which from what I read in their directions, they were only supposed to have one 20-minute session a day. She's now up to 4 20-minute sessions a day, and she's been asked, the parents are asking her to do more than that. She still has to do her planning. She has to do all this, the other things that she needs to do, but she also has a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old at home, and she's home by herself all day with these kids who the 4-year-old has to be on the Zoom meeting with the teachers, and the 2-year-old now is being unattended for this whole time while she's teaching, and the child isn't supposed to bother her while she's teaching, and how do you do that with a 2-year-old?
You know.
The kids are crying in the background because she's not giving them the attention that they need. And she said, I wake up early, like 4:30, 5 o'clock every day, and I go to bed after 11, 12 o'clock at night, and I still can't catch up, and they keep giving us more. And I'm thinking, just because you're home doesn't mean you're available 24 hours a day. And then tell the teachers, set boundaries, saying, I am not going to do this. After this time of day, I'm finished. I'm not working anymore. I'll pick it up the next day. They're going to keep piling more and more shit up. And the first thing I said, first week of school, when I was talking to the new coordinator, I told her, I don't work on the weekends and I don't work at night. If there's something you want me to do, it's going to have to be done during the school day. On a very rare occasion, I will do something outside of the working hours, but it is not an everyday situation. It's just not. I won't do it. And she thought I was joking, and I'm not. We don't get paid enough for that. And I'm not going to neglect my family for people who don't give a shit about me.
I also don't think, and now having to be in this position.
Yeah, now you're the boss, man.
I don't really understand why. I thought about this earlier today. People get contracts to work for whatever kind of company, and in that package of things about the job, it will usually say things like, you get this many days off, you have this many federal holidays, you have this many whatever, you get off for
Personal
Christmas
days,
or
right.
you don't get off for Christmas or whatever. It never stipulates in there all of your free time is work time.
Right.
And I don't think it's right. If I work at some company, not in education, when my day is over, my day is over.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be looked at as a slacker for not working during my dinner time or not working until 11, 12 o'clock at night or whatever. That's that idea of work and what work is. I mean, basically, if you worked at a factory and you went home, nobody would be looking at you to do your job while at home and then get a nap and then come back to a building and continue doing that work. That's just not how work is done. But we now, with the advent of people being able to work from home, people working on computers and all this stuff, then all of a sudden it's like jobs have lost their minds thinking that, oh, well, because you can do this on your phone, you should just keep working. It's like, no. You're supposed to work for the time that you're at work. Whatever that time is. So if you're working from home, your work time has a beginning and an end every day. And then you do whatever it is you do. Now, if you choose to take your time to continue working, which is what a lot of people did, that's fine. That's all on you. Because I'm not paying you for that time.
Right.
You see? But if you chose to get ahead or come in early or whatever, because a lot of us were working on salary. So today I might leave early, but I'm also, tomorrow I might stay late. Okay,
Right.
well, if that's the case, and that's the kind of flexibility that you have at your job, fine. But I'm still not going to be asking for more than the 40 hours per week that you're contracted to do.
Right.
Period. I'm not going to be calling you on holidays and all that. Now, if I do, you get time and a half.
Right.
There's a whole nother pay structure for extra work. And see, around the world, this is a U.S. citizen talking, because we have that. We have that built into us. It's like, okay, we have a thing is happening. We really need someone to come in. Could you come in? I'm the manager. Could you come in and do this job for 4 or 5 hours today? And all of a sudden, it's like, sure, I mean, nothing's really happening here. I can barbecue later and in the day, and okay, fine. Yeah, I'll come in for 3-4 hours in the morning. But that's a choice and an agreement between the manager and their worker, and knowing that this is over and above what they were already doing. And now they have to be compensated for that. We have not been in a country yet that compensates for overtime.
Nope. And then therefore I'm not working it.
Yeah, but why would you? You don't have to. The whole idea was you did your 40 hours a week. Once you did your 40, you were done.
Yep.
And that's what I think is missing. And I don't understand why in these places where workers' rights are supposed to be so important that they're not taking into account that once I got to 40 hours, I literally should be like a guy clocking out, king, and I'm gone, and you should not be talking to me anymore.
Right.
I should be out of your mind because
Well, there are certain countries.
That's what you're supposed to do.
There are certain countries like in Europe. I know Germany for one. It's against the law for employers to contact employees after their working hours and on weekends. They can't send them emails. They can't send them text messages. It's against their labor laws. Because when the person goes home, it's their time.
Yeah, I don't think this is one of those places.
It
I
is
know it's not like that in China.
I know it's not, because my coordinator for the former position, for the kindergarten teacher, she literally works 7 days a week, 10, 15 hours a day. And I know she's not paid enough for that. They've been having meetings until 8 or 9 or 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
which makes no sense.
This is where the problem comes in for me. Why is anybody in the meeting?
I don't know. Like, it's the principal saying, "Oh, we're gonna have this meeting." Blah blah blah.
Yeah, but why is anybody there?
I wouldn't be. Like, they had a meeting this week.
And why would they ask for them to be there?
They had a meeting this week where the teachers were supposed to be on this call from 5 to 7 to learn how to use Google Meet. Well, Google Meet is something that they have been using for weeks. I mean, weeks. And my friend messaged me, "Hey, did you just hear what they said?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "Aren't you in the call?" And I'm like, "No. Why would I be in the call? Nobody sent me an invitation to join the call." So she sends me the invitation. I'm like, "I'm not going in there. I wasn't told I needed to be there. So why would I do it?" "Oh, but you need to know what they're saying." "No, I don't. I don't have meetings with kids. I don't use that program. Why do I need to be there?" And at the end of it all, they were there until after 8 p.m. And then we're still going when the principal finally said, "Oh, if you don't need or if you don't have any more questions, feel free to leave the call." But people were still staying, which doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, but this is more of the culture of the manager principal person. This is the oh, they're here, so I'm just going to stay here.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be upset if I leave.
Yeah.
It's like, but didn't you already do the 8 hours for today?
Yes.
That's my thing.
Yes.
If you've
they
already done it,
worked from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Then why are they there?
I don't know.
That's my thing. It's like, why I would never, as a manager, come to someone, like I said, without compensating them, come to someone and ask them to do more than what they've already done in that day. They've already done it. Or you say, I know I had you guys in this meeting. We didn't have a choice. We had to do it now. Do not start work until 10 o'clock tomorrow.
Right.
Because you're all working from home.
Right.
So I would be like,
first lessons aren't until 10 o'clock.
No. Don't start doing anything.
Right.
Start, tomorrow you work 6 hours.
Yep.
You don't work 8 hours. But that's someone who's managed people in a situation where we had those kind of rules where you're not getting overtime.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've worked in places where
we've been managers
and you couldn't give overtime, so it was like, I can't give you overtime, so that means do not let me see you tomorrow before a certain time. You take that time, that is your time, because I had to have you here doing something like whenever you're doing stocking or you're doing you're doing whatever. It's like, but also as a manager, you're going to also step back and be like, I know I ask a lot of you guys. I know I asked you to do a lot of things. Let's go have our monthly offsite meeting.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's, you can come or not come. It's up to you. And then when you get there, it's, what we used to do. It's taking the money that was for the department to do whatever. And, I'm buying everybody, food and stuff, and I'm not buying the beverage. And, but you're trying to make it so that your team building events are also rewards for all of the work that the people are doing that might be over and above what is normal.
Right.
That is what managers do. Managers are trying to basically cajole people into doing things that they wouldn't necessarily want to do on their own, but they do it.
Right.
And everybody is better for the fact that they're doing it, and their manager is looking out for the job that needs to get done and the people that need to get it done. And you're looking at all of those elements at the same time. People have forgotten that thing about managers. And so they've gone and they said, oh, well, it just needs to get done. Who's going to do it?
Right.
Because, no, it must. You must. And then you hear that a lot by people in different countries. They did it in Thailand, they did it in China, they do it here. They just say it must be done. And it's like, well, that's nice, but it looks like you're going to be the one doing it.
Right. And that's what I said yesterday. If she wants this stuff done today, she's going to have to do it herself because I'm not working on a holiday.
But nobody should be asking for you to work on a holiday for something like what they're talking about.
Right.
This is not life or death. And then what did they say later on?
Oh,
just do it
on
later.
Monday.
So it was high priority in this moment, but when it can't be done for whatever reason,
When it won't be done.
all of a sudden it can wait until everybody comes back to work. It's like, no, that's not good management. That's piss poor, terrible management from people who don't know how to manage people.
Uh-huh.
That is just saying, I want it done now.
Yep.
It's like a petulant child.
And the thing that I didn't understand.
I want it now. It's a Faruka.
What I didn't understand was why would they make a deadline? The deadline for this project to be finished on a holiday. Why would they need that? They didn't. I knew as soon as she said it needed to be done by today, but the director of the school, the entire school, not just my principal, but the woman that's over the entire 2,000 students, 480 staff members, said nobody is working on Labor Day.
May 1st.
Nobody's working that day. So
yesterday.
Why would an entire department have to have this stuff by yesterday when we're not working?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is a bad management problem, and almost if you go back and look at all of our podcasts from August
2017?
No, August 2019.
Oh.
The beginning of this school year, and you watch those, and of course I did that. When you watch them, you'll understand what we're talking about and where I was back then, because the things that they were asking me to do and telling us to do were just bad management decisions.
Yeah.
And they were bad for everyone. And they think that makes it equal. Like it's a good thing. Like, oh, we all have to sit in a meeting that makes no sense for us. Nobody complains except for the foreign teachers that go, but I don't need this information and
I don't understand it.
This doesn't even make sense,
like
and you're not going to talk to me in a language I understand. So why would I need to sit here? But everybody else is sitting there like they're dutiful, good little workers, and it's like, no, you all shouldn't be here either. But they won't say that because they're used to having bad management.
There was a YouTube live thing that all the teachers in the country were required to participate in. And at one point there were like 1 million teachers on this thing. And in order to be counted, you had to say something. And it was for like 3 hours this thing went on. I don't know what they talked about. I have no clue because it was all in Spanish. But I was required to be on the stupid thing. So what I did to prove that I was on the stupid thing is I took screenshots at various times throughout the 3 hours and put it all together to say, see, I was there for the whole time. So somebody questioned me, I had some sort of proof because I don't know what they were saying. I do know that they said something about preschool on this date, that we would have to be in a different video. But when I asked all the preschool teachers about it, they didn't know what was said either because they weren't paying attention. But they all speak Spanish. It's just I don't want to leave here with a bad taste in my mouth, but it's too late.
I just think you're catching up to where I was.
I'm sorry about that.
I blacked out.
If Rachel said if you, I thought about taking if you from her show to put in our show.
Right.
That'd be funny.
That'd be funny.
If you Want to follow the Traveling Fars? You can find us on the YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, iTunes, Spotify, and anywhere good podcasts are sold at the Traveling Fars. If you like the Instagram or the Twitters, Traveling Fars. If you like the email that Karen will read incessantly, travelingfars@gmail.com, and the blog space, the travelingfars.blueberry.net. No E's in the blueberries.
Don't forget to check out Aaron's game chat on YouTube.
We'll be
Facebook,
posting
and
today,
Instagram.
Saturday the 2nd. It's already up. Go over there and check it out.
Go
Aaron's
check out all
game
those
chat.
things.
Go, you. It's funny.
We might have to have a Twitch now.
Oh God, we'll find out.
I mean,
Mommy
since
threw us
Mommy,
under the bus.
Yeah, since
We are
she
definitely
threw
under the
us
bus
into
now.
the-
So
in
Twitch
the-
is a thing that we have to go potentially
Yeah.
do. So
that
oh, God.
might.
Why do you always do this? Why don't you stop browsing
I know,
things
why don't you just?
at the end of our show? Say goodbye to the people.
Bye, people.
No, look at the people. Don't look at that. Look at the people. Say goodbye to the people.
They put